Hello all, I'm Dr. Sarika Head Computer Engineering Department, AISSMS Institute of Information Technology, Pune. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about principle of agile methodology. In my previous video, I had discussed about the agile methodology and how it is used for the software development. So in this video, I'm going to explain what are exactly the principles or what are the principles on which the agile is based. So in previous video, we have already discussed that agile is nothing but the fast development, fast adaptability, smart, rather we can say smart. Anything change happens, it must get accommodate himself with that environment, and this should be a nature of any software whenever we are developing. So while developing that software in this manner, what are the principles actually that get followed? Because for development of a software, development of any software, we need to follow some steps. So while following that steps, while performing that steps, what other activity each and every phase has to carry out so that that phase become the smart, right? So to do this, the basic principles of agile methodology are: the working software is the primary measure of a progress. So see, whatever the project is given, from that whatever the feature they understood initially, so they are directly start working on that particular project or that particular feature, and that is their major concern. And what is the progress of that, what sort of difficulties are coming, or whether within a time or before time, means their intention is that everything must be ready before time or fast development. So agile process promotes sustainable development. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhance agility. See, whatever the three or four team members are there, and whenever they understood that, everybody come up with the solution for that, and then they fastly comparing with them ki which one is better, and they stick up to that and they start implementing. That's why it's a simplicity is there, and fastly 3-4 minds are working on the same concept and they are coming out with the solution, and that solution everybody will prefer, and then now next stage they start working on actual implementation of that project. So based architecture, requirements and design emerge from the self-organizing team. So here the basic principle of agile is that it is not a very huge team. They have formed the team of a limited members, all focused on the all phases of a development. Whereas whatever the previous models of a software development which we have seen, in that what we observe that each after following by first step, then it will be hand over to the second step, then third step and all this. So instead of this, every team member is start working on the project parallelly. This is what the intention of agile. So principle: at regular interval, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior according. Face-to-face communication is actually the basic principle of agile methodology. Meaning is that ki, suppose project is start today, so they frequently meets with each other and discuss personally. So that impacts a lot. Then our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of a valuable software. So welcome changing requirements. Agile always welcomes the changing requirements, and the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within development team is the face-to-face conversation. So means suppose whatever the project they have started and they have fixed suppose 4 week for that. So every week, start of that week, mid of that week, or suppose end. So whatever the progress others are doing, that comparison, that scope they get for the improvement. So the principles of agile methods are customer involvement. So throughout the development, what they are expecting that throughout the development of this project, some representative from the customer side or the client side must be involved in that project, so that whatever the progress is going on, that is also observed by the client or the customer. It is not like this ki customer, now issue might be arises ki whether the customers are that much capable to understand or whether they are technical people or not. So their intention is whatever customer has said and whether that is go in that line or not. So for that purpose, in that meeting, they are involving customers also. Then incremental delivery. Once it is delivered, next version, whatever they noticed, they are starting working on that. Till then, that previous version, the clients will work on that. Then the skills of the development team should be recognized and exploited. Team members should be left to develop their own way of working without perspective processes. So in previous model, there is some formats, there are what we can say software requirement specification format. Everybody has to follow that format. First of all, fill all these forms, then that will be handed over to. So it is like what Agile is thinking, this is like a wastage of time. But again, why it is not required in Agile is that because Agile is not supporting a very huge project. But if we say we are having a huge project, we must have that sort of a document with us. Then expect the system requirement to change, and so design the system to accommodate these changes. Then maintain simplicity, focus on simplicity in both the software being developed and in the development process. Wherever possible, actively work to eliminate complexity from the system, because everybody is working on his way and he is thinking as simple as he understand, because for his thinking process not all the group is involved. So that's why the whatever he is going to do, that might be a simple or straightforward. So similarly other members are also developing. So finally which one is better, and that release is given to the customer for testing. So where these agile methods are applicable, or if we consider all this situation, how agile principles are there and how actual agile processes are work. So product development, where a software company is developing a small or medium sized project for sale, because they believe on fast development, if immediate release, immediately taking the response, again modifying and something like this. They don't believe on the documentation and all this part. Then custom system development within an organization, where there is a clear commitment from the customer to become involved in the development process, and where there are not a lot of external rules and regulations. See, if we are considering if we are bounding with the lots of what we can say rules and regulations, at that time what is going to happen is we have to follow that, and while following that there may be possible we are going out of the boundary related to our concepts. So because of their focus on small tightly integrated team, there are problem in scaling agile methods to large system, because it's difficult to scale because very limited people in a one group they are keeping. Likewise 3-4 group means situation is like this. If any project comes, so instead of all together 10 working on that 10 is divided into two teams, 5 each suppose. So two team parallelly working on the same system, and those who release the first within that time period, so that version is released to the customer. If customer satisfies, second team is also stick up with that, and next features they go on implementing. Problems, see, whatever the advantages, okay fine, fast, easily adaptable, what we can say technologically advanced, whatever the modifications are there easily they can do, or dynamic, it is just like a dynamic development, but still it is having some problems. So it can be difficult to keep the interest of customer. Yes, because here we are saying that customer involvement should be there in a product development. So it's not that much easy to have the customer interference in the development process. That is a challenge. So team members may be unsuited to the intense involvement that characterize agile methods. Definitely prioritizing changes can be difficult where there are multiple stakeholders. See which changes we have to do first. If there are only few customers are there, okay fine, but if number of stakeholders are involved in the analysis or the result of that particular product, then it will be a difficult. Maintaining simplicity requires extra work, definitely, because there must be a very clear cut thought, then only it will be easy to maintain that simplicity in the coding. So to support this concept, there are different methodologies, that is extreme programming, Scrum, unified processes, Crystal, Lean and DSDM. This is all about agile methods. Thank you.